like 5 years old when I realized that I really like to eat and swear, so you've been warned. Am I the only one here that really likes pizza and pasta and bread and fried chicken and mashed potatoes and boujee wine and cheesecake and chocolate and margaritas and Taco Tuesday? Where are my ladies who like to eat? Can I get an amen? And has anybody ever lost weight and then just like gained it back? Can I get a hell yeah? So I don't really know exactly why I eat when I eat, and I've been on a diet like 100 times. I mean, food is just good. When I lose weight, I'm good at it. I mean, I can lose the equivalent of an entire person off my body. But when I gain weight, I'm a total champ. I can also gain an entire person on my body too, like right now. But tonight I'm up here to have fun talking about it and make women feel okay about it, because we can waste time being sad, feeling guilty, and having regrets in life, or we can live today like there's tomorrow, like no tomorrow. Am I right? Who's with me? All right. So a couple of years ago, I was on my diet A game. I was doing great. Protein, water, veggies, really low carbs, no sugar, no alcohol. Yep, it sucked. But I dropped the weight and it felt great. But since the weight was gone, I decided that it was finally time that the grandma bras had to go. Ever since high school, I had always wanted the girls to be just smaller. They just got in the way of stuff. Sure enough, I'd eat something and it would totally land on my chest for the world to see, like nice ketchup, or anyone want some like chocolate ice cream for dessert? I'd wanted it done since I was 17 years old, but the doctors always said, you need to lose some serious weight first. Well, duh, you asshole. Give me the magic pill to lose some weight permanently and I'll take it every day, but can you do something about my boobs? Well, January 2018 was the magic month where they told me that I didn't have to wait any longer. I'd finally lost enough weight to qualify for a breast reduction. Yes, so I went in for outpatient surgery bright and early at 5:30 in the morning on a Thursday. I was so pumped. I went in the room, and my surgeon had to use this special purple pen to draw all over my naked body, which looked pretty smoking hot at the time, because I had been on my diet A game. So my husband is watching as I'm getting prepped by the female surgeon, whom we both adored, and as the doctor was drawing sections all over my business, she said, okay, I'm warning you, I'm getting ready to go down under. And my husband, without missing a beat, said, isn't that my job? Oh my God. So, it literally happened. And so my husband and the doctor both start laughing hysterically. And at this moment, while they're both laughing and making sexual jokes at my expense, I know that this adventure was not going to go as planned. So they gave me some sort of like happy sleeping cocktail shot, and then I don't really remember the next 6 hours of the outpatient surgery. This is probably a good time to tell you that at about a month before the procedure, I had a little conversation with my surgeon that I wanted to try out Botox for the first time during the breast reduction. But I totally couldn't tell my husband about it because he's super cheap. And he's totally in the audience. So this is how this went down. So I talked to the surgeon, and said, we can't tell him, can we just roll it into the surgery bill? Because my husband is cheap and he drinks PBR, and he will not think that Botox and fillers are fiscally responsible. So I wake up from the surgery to find my surgeon in my face giving me these prickly little shots, and I feel like I'm super high, even though I've never actually been high before. I mean, I am not waiting in those lines around town. So anyway, my husband is walking into the room during the Botox, and at that point, I know that I am mucking busted. I say mucking because Carrie Rosso said that I couldn't say the big one, and I found a way to trick her, get it? Gotcha. All right, because they totally know what I mean. All right, well, the doctor said that the surgery went well, and I was excited and hungry because guess what? I'm always mucking hungry. So at this point, I find out that I'm being transferred via ambulance to the hospital for post-surgical therapy. My husband made arrangements for the kids to be picked up from school, and as my high is starting to wear off, I quickly find out that my outpatient surgery is no longer outpatient. After 5 minutes in the hospital bed, a nurse comes into the room and asks me if I'm ready to start leech therapy. I said I was ready whenever he was ready. She looked at me funny and left the room. About 15 minutes later, the nurse returns with 2 pea cups. Pea cups that had live bugs in the bottom. Oh yeah. Baby leeches. There were mucking leeches. Yeah. Mucking leeches in the cups that they were going to put on my nipples like it was the 1700s. And you're going to have to stop laughing, otherwise it's going to take a long time. So I literally said, oh, hell no. What the muck is that? The nurse seemed a little confused and said, you knew you were coming here for leech therapy, right? And I said, yes, with Dr. Leech. I was dead serious. I said, I can't do this. I will die. This is mucking disgusting. What's the alternative? Well, they finally explained to me that if I didn't have leech therapy, I ran the risk that my nipples would die and fall off. So I had a lot to think about. I think my husband likes my nipples. Okay, so for the next 3 mucking days, I had fresh baby leeches on my damn nipples. Every 2 hours. And these little muckers are the most unpredictable little shits you have ever met. They bring them out in pea cups. And they are the size of the tip of your pinky finger when they start out. They have suckers on both ends. Yep, it was bad. The nurses would arrange them on my nipples to keep the blood circulating to the nipples so it wouldn't fall off and die. Like literally a nipple can die. So the leech does his thing and gets as big as a middle finger. And then it just falls off when he's ready. I say he because I refuse to call them she's. So the nurses are busy, so they can't really wait to catch the leeches. So I held these pea cups up there, and I can only demonstrate one. So I held these pea cups up there to catch them, because if these leeches would have landed in my bed, I would have died with my nipples. We would have had a 2-for-1 funeral. A casket for me and one for my nipples, and probably one for the nurse on duty. This happened for 3 days around the clock, 24 hours, day hours and night hours, leeches on and leeches off. And when they fall off, the leech, they put them in this pea cup, put alcohol in it, and then the leech bursts into a cloud of blood and is gone. No more leeches. Boy, bye. But they saved me. And if you seriously do not believe me, you can find demos on the YouTube. All right. So probably one of my best memories of this little leech vacation was with Joseph from Muhammad. Joseph was a CNA who was a bigger guy and wasn't afraid of these leeches like some of the other nurses. He worked quite a few of the shifts and had to help me to the bathroom because I wasn't allowed to walk alone for the first few days. In the hospital, you have to walk with those special hospital socks so you don't slip and fall, and it kind of makes you shuffle. And it's kind of like this. Let me show you. Actually, just let me show you the whole thing. I love you. All right, so I hope I have a job on Monday. All right, so I'm in the bed and all right. I hit the call the nurse thing, and here comes Joseph to the rescue. I say, Joseph, I gotta pee like a mother. And he helps me get up, and I'm getting up with this big gown on. And I'm walking with my big white ass hanging out. Actually, my small white ass hanging out for correction. And I can't walk fast because I got these socks on. So I'm kind of shuffling. He's over here, and we're going to the bathroom. So then I'm giggling, and then I start singing. Every day I'm shuffling. And then I really did this. And then he looked at me, and then I do it again. Every day I'm shuffling. And then he looks at me like, he's probably like, is this bee really gonna do this? I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I am. I'm sexy and I know it. I'm just so proud of my joke right then. I was laughing so hard at the hospital. I laughed in the bathroom by myself. It was so funny. All right. Well, after the leech therapy ended, which took 3 days, I had to stay 2 more days in that hospital for blood transfusions because the damn leeches stole so much of my blood. Yes, blood transfusions on top of this. I am not making this up. So I had a 5-day vacation at the hospital, watched all kinds of weird TV, including a show called Botched, which was some reality TV show that I got addicted to about cosmetic surgery gone wrong, and eventually made it home. I am so proud to report today that my nipples are intact, living their best life. And I have officially gained back all of the weight that I lost to qualify for that surgery. So, and the girls are big again, but what are you going to do? So I'll leave you with this. Can I get an amen if you like to eat? And can I get a hell yeah if you've ever lost weight and then gained it right back? Losing weight and gaining it back has been the struggle of my life. And I'm sure that there are many women in this audience that can relate. But guess what? It does not define us as women. Tonight, I've shared one of my stories, as have the amazing women on the stage. And we know that each and every one of you have a story to share, whether or not it's one of courage or just plain silliness, like I shared. February 22nd, 2020, is where we are tonight in our lives. And the rest, well, the rest is just unwritten.
I am unwritten, can't read my mind, I'm undefined. I'm just beginning, the pen's in my hand, ending unplanned, staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find, reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten.
Every day I'm shuffling, shuffling, shuffling.
Stop. Hating is bad.
It's just a jump to the left.
And then a stretch to the right.
With your hands on your hips.
You bring your knees in tight. Release the pelvic thrust. It really does you insane. Let's do the tap walk again. Let's do the tap walk again.
I'm sexy and I know it. Yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Wiggle, 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 yeah, yeah. I'm sexy and I know it.
Every day I'm shuffling.